great thing about it is that we finally get to recruit sprites, which are from the race fairies, so the Tinkerbell meter can actually work in a way. Like, I can actually start playing the Tinkerbell meter instead of just saying so many scenarios to go. What lay in front of us was unlike anything I ever had imagined. It was not simply a small valley girding its green life from the scorching suns, but rather an endless expanse of vegetated lands. It was like being home again. No. The scenery was more akin to a dreamland conjured from the memories of a long-gone age. The Lady of Light had not seen such a landscape for hundreds, thousands, perhaps millions of years, and she rejoiced at the view while the fresh northern winds blew in her face. The dwarfs, on the other hand, were too used to their underground abodes to feel at ease on the surface. I understood them and regretted that we could not have their company for our next journey. The prospect of marching into northern human territory uninvited was not very encouraging. I knew that from that point onwards I would have to make decisions for our people on my own, as Elinde was no longer there to provide me with her seldom unwise counsel and guidance. And I knew there was a possibility that I might come to regret some of those decisions. But someone had to take the reins of our fractured civilization and move us forward. And that someone, at least for the moment, had to be me. Scenario 14, Buy and Behold. The Grand Council is a cutscene story scenario which happens afterwards. Our forefathers could never have mentioned their legacy with such a shameful end. Shameful, I say! I cannot wait to see the faces of our kin in Valgran. Surely they will be amused to see the king of Hafka become the head of a band of homeless beggars. Pah! My king, you didn't seem too bored about the situation back in. And what did you expect me to do, Alturan? Act pessimistic in front of our people right before them leading out of caves on a suicide mission? Of course it was not an option. I apologize for whining like this, Gallus lady. I just couldn't hold my frustration any longer. Though, mayhap there is a silver lining to all this. What do you think, Gallus? It is our hope that the Northerners will acknowledge the threat and help us retaliate, Majesty. It would be highly unreasonable on their part to turn a blind eye to the destruction that the Chaos Empire has and will continue to wreak. Only a complete fool wouldn't take you and your people seriously, Gallus. Would that we had the man and resource the Aetian in this crusade. Still, Alfuran would like to hand you a gift as token of our gratitude. Use it wisely. I wouldn't be surprised if our children a few generations from now spoke legends about the exploits of the elves of the Order of Elenia against the Dark Empire in the south. Farewell. May the bright gods let our paths cross again. Farewell, friends. Farewell, Elenia. I wish we had more time to exchange notes about our culture's respective brands of magic. Bye, Alturan. May we meet a second time. And thus the dwarfs of Hafka and the elves of the valley parted ways. So, now we need to find the rest of the elves. Any ideas? We should be able to find the northern country's capital if we follow the dwarf's instructions. It's supposed to be only about 3 days from here if we avoid stopping to rest during daytime. I'm just unsure about walking through human lands with a leash among us. I am ready to banish him from this world, if you wish, my lord. You don't need to call me lord. It doesn't sit well with me, considering how much older you... I mean, no offense, my lady, but... I did notice it makes you uncomfortable, young Gallus. I have been but a homeless wanderer for so long. I think it only proper for me to defer to the last dragon of lord of my kin. But if you wish me to stop, then I will. On a condition that you call me a linear, like I said before. I will try. Pfft, what is this? You both have fancy titles to flout around and instead opt for this trite fraternization thing? This is a waste of everyone's time. As if you ever cared about anyone's titles or ranks, Markesher. Someone is observing us. Outsiders, what brings you to the Irongrave territory? You don't need to point your bow at us, sir. We come in peace, as refugees. Is that a leech behind you? This is unexpected, but nothing we cannot handle. Someone ought to teach you to pick your fights more cautiously. Well, no! Please, listen to us. We are elves. You may have heard of a large number of us coming to this country seeking refuge from a war in the southern lands. Elves? Refugees, you say? Elves indeed. Those pointy-eared creatures that don't exist but in tall tales of a past age. Gallas allowed me to do the talking. I could seduce him into cooperating with us. Gallas, boy, I'm ready to strike down this nuisance if you wish. Shh, quiet you two. Arafan, they must be the creatures we were searching for. Maybe we should take them to the Grand Council before those fiends return. Elves with a subservient leash and a fairy of the forest walking about among them. This is quite an odd picture. It's almost entertaining. You, fairy, what do you have to say in defense of you and your friends? Perhaps we can make a deal. These seem to be difficult times for your country. I can't tell from your worn attire that you were involved in some sort of skirmish recently. Was it against human invaders from the south? Our people are well acquainted with their tactics and weapons, as they lost their home to none other than those barbarians and their demon allies. Perhaps there is some task we could assist you with in exchange for guaranteeing a safe passage through the northern marshlands? Ha! You read me well, fairy. To tell the truth, we were sent by the Grand Council of the Northern People to Hafka to escort your leader back to the council for an audience. But it seems you came to us instead. I take it that something bad happened back there? Lord Gallas, right? Yes, sir. The kingdom of Hafka has fallen to the Chaos Empire. Huh. So that's how dire the situation is. Very well then, Elf Lord. We can escort you to our capital, Raelthen, but we cannot guarantee your safety right now. You see, a group of orcish mercenaries allied with these chaos fiends set up camp north of the river. Just as we managed to cross, the Zorian allies arrived and seized control of the bridge. There's a mountain pass we can use, but none of you seem adequately equipped for an expedition like that. So, my proposal is as follows. You repel the invaders, and we'll take you back to Raelthen. Seems like a sound plan to me. I thought so. We'll be watching you from close range. Rude. They do not seem to trust us much, do they? Would you trust people who consort with necromancers, Gallas? We should be thankful they didn't decide to kill us on sight. Hey, don't be so sure of yourself, girl. He seemed to take offense at your presence as well. It sounds like forest fairies have become a more common sight in the Northern Forest for some reason. I understand that these humans might not trust them, but we might be able to enlist their help somehow. It's interesting that he did not pay any attention to our goblin friend. I feared for my life for a moment there. Well, now, this mission will be pleasant to accomplish. For me, at least. What are those creatures he mentioned? The Saurians? treacherous scaled pests that frolic in swampy waters and impale you with their rusty spears from beneath the surface. They rarely pose a threat on their own, until they swarm you in numbers. Well, let's be about it then. So, why can we recruit fairies now? Alinia's affinity with the fairy realm allows you to control forest sprites. They have both a melee and range attack which inflict fire damage to foes. The drawback, however, is that they are very fragile creatures and can be easily slain by enemies in a one-on-one fight. Furthermore, they are costlier to recruit than most other units. Never send them against your adversaries without protection. This more costly than your other units is relative concerns to your Elvish recruits because their cost has been ridden up so much because of the losses to your people. So, we can say goodbye to this whole Elvish recruit list actually. Like the corpses, okay, I keep them. They have worth collection-wise, which is why I'm gonna recruit one walking corpse. First of all, what's this? The dwarves in this barrel are some of the most expensive weaponry ever devised by the dwarves of Healthcare, although most of the credit for the design goes to their fallen kin in Gnal Varden. Each arrow shaft has tiny runes engraved on them that react upon entering a living target and ignite the explosive tip. The explosion it causes. Oh, okay, so this is basically mess up from writing. Let's just report it. The explosion this is really hard to read. Explosion causes an amount of damage not just to the arrow's target, but also to anything directly behind it. Surely this will come in handy later on, but we should make sure to hand these only to a very skilled archer, so as to avoid wasting them. Besides, it would not do for a novice to accidentally blow up one of our own. And this is basically, she isn't an archer, so she can't make proper use of those. These arrows are more befitting for a skilled archer, which I am certainly not. So, which is why she can't take it. I wanna check something. Or rather, I can't check it now, but I will check it later. Just wondering if the max XP was reduced or not. So my only exceptions for the fairy, for the Tinkerbell meter are Übergales. Where the hell are you? Wait, what? Ah, there you are. Call Übergales. The walking corpse, so I can further my collection. And yeah, that's it. Rest of them is gonna be sprites. Like, see, pretty much every single elf except the shamans is more costly than the sprite, or just, yeah, more costly indeed. So this whole, they are more costly than my other recruits is very, very relative. See? Yeah, I read the whole thing again, which is counterproductive. Let me just report the typo now. An amount of damage. So, since he can't use the arrows, And none of my other hero units can use it either, especially not my Vulcan Corps over there. Okay, interesting. Nope, not rename, just redemption. Just checking out the portraits. Yeah, I will just have to live with them not being able, not being able to take those arrows. It's fine actually. So there should be a keep somewhere over there. Not actually sure though. Oh, it's a crow with a lot of damage. Actually, if my Vulcan Corps gets that one. Okay, I'm just wondering what if it would have been a flying one or if it hadn't accounted for that. We will never find it. First of all, die. Much appreciated. And more vision, please. There's the keep I was talking about. And I just need to get it to recruit more units. Like, I don't need them as much. Okay, there's the Saurians. What the hell? Are those elves? And undead at their command? This is most unusual. The League wants to see our leader's head. What? What? The League wants to see our leader's head on a stake. Go get them, you useless scum. Already working on it, boss. So that's where the Saurians at, apparently. Yeah, I'd rather not fight them on my own right now. Like, Igor wouldn't like to fight them on that. Just trying to take villages for now and... yeah, the usual. Just checking how screwed I am money-wise. What I have to admit is, if I actually ever tried to play fairies only without my leaders, I would be very much screwed. Because, well, they are so fragile, and while I don't need many tanks to make it work, I do need some at least. So, first of all, where's... yeah, there... oh, damn. Every single one has the quick intelligent combination, which basically means they have no hitbox. What I'm usually aiming for is the intelligent resilient combination, because resilient, so I have at least something like a tank, while the intelligent at least gives no HP malus, while quick means that they have 5% less health. Okay, I see I should have recruited more units at once, because they swarm me before I get to the keep. Which is bad. First of all, does this one have an undead variation? Probably not. Yep, as expected. Okay. So first of all, watch him demolish the enemy army. It is if they even dare to attack him. They just don't dare to do any ranged attacks because he is always guaranteed to kill them. Okay, so there's the orcs even. Way too many enemies. Something to point out, sprites are lawful, so during the day they deal more damage. Quick. This is... Okay, this is the tankiest ride you ever get. 30 HP. Sounds like a joke. It's really how bad it is, tanky one. First of all, she's wasted over. She doesn't to deal damage if just not close to the battle. And 24 is the worst you get hit points wise. Okay, so quick, resilient is a better combination than quick, obviously. Okay, interesting. So yeah, because of rounding, it sometimes matters if they are resilient quick or resilient. Yep, that's the first one down. But that's okay. Okay, I think I should not use him so aggressively. I should use zone instead, because they don't dare to attack him. Oh, he is the perfect kind of obstacle. Should go enough. So yeah, no enemy can cross from over there. They can only pass over there. Burn. This, no, this is the sure. So if it's get wiped out during this scenario, I will restart and just go way more sprites at the very first turn. Because right now, of course, I can recruit more because due to having more income and more time to accumulate gold. But on the other hand, I could have picked off so many of the enemy units without any danger instead of this. Oh, yeah, can cure it, it's good. It is great actually. Please. Basically doesn't do any damage about that. Pretty nice. Tell, oh, those are both the kind of fairy I want. That's great. Then I can't recruit any more units with F. Over there is no one really coming, so there. Actually, yeah, I just to be sure. And keeping safe, yep. There's an orc. And this bride can help out if. So yeah, obviously over there is the orcish encampment, which I can't reach as it is. Yeah, and against giant mud crawlers, brides are the best. Just not against pretty much everything else. So first of all, everyone is cured, which is great. Then this one I can take down with my extremely wounded units, because I can keep them out of harm over there. So in this way I can make them recruit, make them heal immediately. Die. And die as well. Then I need to get through, guys. Try to. So everyone can only attack from over there now, because down there is pretty much nothing left, and that are left don't really deal damage. At least not enough damage to threaten me. Please. Arkish Nightblade, no thanks, I'm not fighting that. More of it. Ooh, burn. Which brings me pretty close to my first level 2 unit. It's a new episode. Yep, and this is my Wolf Vulcan Corpse, at least that's the plan. This is legend. So I'm gonna go with melee attack because there's no chance of me accidentally killing them. There was still a risk of my Vulcan Corpse dying instead of them. But luckily that worked. This one can ignore, so it's actually what I'm gonna do. Ignore, so Übergalas can do something about those guys on. Also die. I think this can. It's mostly still risky. This time for Galas the most. Oh well, let's try. Actually, this one is not one to use any kind of fighting, so I can just use its scout around it. Okay, this actually helps me out because that less units can attack him. Also a nice level up Melcacher. Oh, hi Nightmare. Well, they were removed. Remember that I actually don't exactly remember the reason for removal, so I can't really tell you why they got removed, but they did get removed. That I can guarantee, obviously. So yeah, for the explanation, in some other iterations of this scenario, there would be a specific kind of orc faction, which is obviously not anymore the case. This is the standard orcs instead. So it's destroying those guys, so really there's no threat left to me. Perfect. Yeah, that's true, they were actually pretty nice to see. I don't, or no, I don't remember what get removed. Idea. Okay, so this guy can't attack. Well, Nightmare, technically you can already tell the author why that you would like to see them back. It's not like you don't get to see them otherwise. This one, because why not? So yeah, I would say this went surprisingly well. 44 kills, 1 loss. I think I did a good job. Yeah, and what I'm doing over there is just scouting around. Maybe I find another village. This one is getting pretty close now. Yes, this is the one I want to level up. Then as my other this one. Suspicious low amount of XP, so let's change that. Well, first of all, I have to kill that dude, but let's poison the snake first. Then I want a Saurian. I'm gonna get a Saurian. Perfect. Do this way. With smart, I mean I lower this one's damage so he can't accidentally off. Just stop him. And heal more units. Perfect. Poisoned. And I obviously failed to kill this one, for now at least. And I do want to have a serpent corpse as well. Also, there is a better chance to hit this one. Okay, first of all, like this, so that it guarantee that even if all it hits, it doesn't kill them. This I have enough damage to kill, and I've got my Serpent Walking Corpse. Check. And I obviously have to protect everyone so they don't die because of me, well, trying pretty hard to get that corpse. So let's kill them. Also kill him because he has pretty good odds at taking down that fight. And I can't zone him because, well, he has skirmish. Ugh, how could this happen to me? I don't know, you attacked us first. Okay. Looks good, actually. There's nothing there. Keep moving. So I would like to point out that this is the very last Dorian of this era, so I really want to take care of him. Ouch. I'm gonna redo that for reasons. As in, I first of all placed her next to him so he can't deal us. Even if he hits now, he doesn't hit quite as painful. Then this one I wanna weaken as much as possible so I can destroy him. King Corpse over there. Like, I can get 4 kinds of different undead, walking corpses in this very scenario. So I'm trying to take advantage of that. This one I bait them into attacking me. That way. Actually, no. I have no reason for that. I was thinking of taking advantage of them being in the water, but because my retaliation is magical anyway and doesn't care about the water, a waste. Like, it would have been a trade-off of being damaged and, well, dealing damage and getting into a good position to be killed. First of all, they have to leave there, because otherwise I can't raise them. Completely forgot about that, to be honest. Perfect. Finally. Also gives me a finished Soulless. Be some XP for the lady and come on. Okay, so obviously not something you can walk. Take the long route around. Oh, damn, snap. I am very glad that she barely survived that, honestly. Completely lost track of this Wolf Rider. This as well. Just trying to zoom just possible. So die. He, of course, can take advantage of being in the water. And intelligent. There they are. Go for. It's honestly very refreshing how I can ignore every kind of terrain because I always deal magic damage. Well, now not literally always, but very often. Oh, that was way closer than I feel comfortable. Way closer than I feel okay with. Perfect. 4 specific new kinds of walking corpses. Training them up is gonna be difficult. I have them now. Die. My first fire fairy is gonna make things far easier and scenarios to come. Yeah, I got that kill anyway. Just in case I don't level up and get poisoned, place it next to the 1 unit cure. Right, another reason why this can even work is because I have healer as a leader. Because if I didn't, I would die so often because because I can't heal them up. And their advantage of nobility would also go to waste because they just can't really take advantage of it. I have to units all the time behind to take a couple of villages and to heal forever. Yeah, and another bonus, at least in this episode, is that I've got Illuminate all the time, which works very well with the fairies that are lawful. They are basically the only kind of unity you have that's lawful, so it actually makes quite nicely use of this ability. Ouch. Like, you see what I mean with fragile? 2 level 1 units can kill this at dusk, almost between themselves. Intelligent. Starter. There. Okay. I'm gonna try and keep feeding them XP. Because as I said, those are the ones best for me. Well, and of course I feed linear XP because she has after max level advancements make her even stronger. Remember when Elinda said that Elinia has lain dormant for too long? This is yet now basically her trying to regain the skills she had. Ouch. That was mean. 1, 3. 2, 3 again. Brilliant intelligent, what are you? This one. This one. There you are. Well, Nightmare just suggested I feed my fairies until I get 5 forests. And all that I can say about it is that you are feeding way too small. You don't want 5 of them, you want at least 10 and preferably more. At least that's how I played it. The most fragile of them don't become forest spirits but dryads, but everyone else forest spirit. Every single one. You're confusing fairy spirit with forest spirit. Look, forest. There is no fairy spirit. There's only the forest spirit. The fairy spirit would maybe the dryad, but not exactly. This skill is for actually. Or on the other hand, it would. Let's just deal some damage and get. I'm not gonna say anything about playing World Conquest with only fairies because I think you know yourself that's pretty stupid idea. You rose-spawn fiends may take me down, but at the end of the day, the Chaos Empire will prevail. It's not too late for your people yet. Join them, and perhaps they will spare your miserable lives. Ha! Is this why you and your people chose to serve them? It's appalling that orcs would rather surrender to a band of bloodthirsty humans than fight back. What has the world come to? You clearly haven't seen the full extent of their power. The followers of Uria, they are not a threat to the taken lightly elf. You'll rue the day you decided to trust them. We did it. Now what? That was not... Oh, the irony of Übergeles, the monster of the battlefield, to say this. That was not too difficult. But why make us do their dirty work for them, I wonder? They could have sent a real escort to Hövka rather than those 3 individuals alone. It's a sensible thing to do. I assume the military is preoccupied dealing with the Chaos Empire's forces elsewhere. I must admit, I'm pleasantly surprised by your performance in battle, Lord Gallas. Very well then. Let us proceed to Raelfin. Just for safety, I want you to keep an eye on the forest spread, especially the lavender-haired one. The last thing we want is creatures like Hill fighting with our men in the capital. As you command, sir. You heard that? Yes. Oh well, their love problems are not our business. 217 bonus gold. I would say that's pretty cool. So, and just before I go to the next scenario, Nightmare pointed out that Fairy Spirit is actually the ID of the Forest Spirit unit, even though Forest Spirit is the name. So also, I'm taking a break of, let's say, 20 minutes, and the next scenario is a huge story scenario, so if it's not your kind of thing, you probably shouldn't watch it. Anyway, for those who do stay, see you in 20 minutes.